Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are brand new here, welcome. I don't know how you found me in the dark recesses of the YouTube algorithm, but I am glad you are here. Welcome, I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, and today is a much awaited comparison video. It is of the Dreamkeepers Tarot by Liz Huston, indie version versus the new edition, mass market edition out by U.S.Games. I just got this in the mail just a few minutes ago and I'm so excited. It took me about just a little over a week from ordering it and to getting it into my hands. So as you can see, I have not unboxed this yet. It's still in the plastic. So I am going to go and unwrap this and then I will be back. Okay, so the plastic is off this mass market edition and you can see the differences. This is what came with the indie version. This was all wrapped up in a nice little ribbon. I got a business card from Liz Huston, and this is like a signed, artist card, and the little pamphlet that came inside the tuck box, but I now keep it out because, it's hard to, how tuck boxes are. So this just came, this is what you get when you just buy the deck. And the deck was about $37 if you just bought the deck alone. And you get this little pamphlet, just gives you the, just bare minimal meanings for cards. Just very, very basic information. And this is the tuck box it came in. And I keep this out because it's hard to shove everything in and, still you're able to close the lip. But this is the indie version tuck box. Now, if you wanted the book came separately. Now, I did not back this up when it was originally a Kickstarter project. I got it afterwards, and the book and the deck were $50. So we'll take a comparison. As you can see, this is a large book with black and white, pretty good size pictures of the cards. Lots of information. So we're going to maybe see if there was anything left out. We're going to compare the books. As you can see, there's lots of spreads. I got a nice, also this beautiful, this is the lover's card. Beautiful bookmark. So let me get everything out of this. This, you guys, is so beautiful, and with the deck and the book in this beautiful hardcover 2-piece box with thumb cutouts, this is sturdy stuff. It's half the price of what I paid for the book and the indie deck that was just in a tuck box. So this beautiful set houses it all in one box, which is fantastic for 25 bucks. Here is the back. So it says, inspired by traditional Rider-Waite, the Dreamkeepers deck plumbs the spiritual depths of tarot to help readers come to terms with the mysterious forces that influence our lives. The intriguing imagery of Dreamkeepers Tarot represents years of Liz Huston's journey of personal growth and healing, and includes new tarot art created especially for this U.S. game system edition. Okay, so we're going to do a side-by-side. She presents tarot as a mirror that reflects our deep inner truths and reveals our hidden motivations, beliefs, and expectations. Her art creates an alchemical blend of multiple paint media with digital photographic montage, offering signs and symbols to help the reader interpret tarot and all its wisdom. So there's 78 cards, 180-page illustrated guidebook. So I'm going to look really quick at the content pages. There's about 105 in the indie deck. 105 pages in the indie deck book. All right, so it does say that there's special images created for the U.S. Games System Edition, so we're going to see that. Oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. If you have been on my channel long enough, you know this is one of my favorite decks ever. I got it early in my tarot journey. It was the very first indie deck that I purchased. I did not purchase it when it was a Kickstarter because I had not discovered Kickstarter yet. But oh my gosh, look at this book. We're going to look at the books and compare them in a little bit. So it comes nestled in a box, and it looks like this little insert is enclosed so the cards won't go sliding in and out. Beautiful ribbon. Just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to struggle with the plastic here, and I will cut. Okay, you all, I am back. So they did change the cards, the card backs. I would say I love both. I really, really do love both. I love kind of the hand painted quality of the indie version, and you can see there's the two silhouettes facing each other. It's just kind of romantic. But I do like these backs as well. You know, I think they keep in essence of the deck. Cardstock. Well, let's see. Let's look at the size first. I would say the indie version is a little bit, if you can see, it's kind of hard to see, just a hair wider than the mass market. I'm trying to see if they're the same size. They're the exact same size. Looks like they had a different size corner rounder, but can you see? If I put my hand right here, you can see this one. Get it even again. The indie version is ever so slightly wider. Not a big, you know, nothing to write home about. Cardstock. It is different. I would say that the indie version is made of a more flexible cardstock. This is really matte, but it is the good U.S. Games cardstock. Like maybe, let me see what I can compare it to. Maybe the Crow Tarot. I don't have that with me, otherwise I'd pull it out. But that's close to what, you know, I would say this is. It's really nice, you know, U.S. Games cardstock. And this, though, it does have a more flexible, you know, it has a little bit of a coating on it. Not much, you know, you see it's matte. This, yeah, it does seem a little bit more flexible, but both are really good. You cannot be disappointed in this. This is great, you know, normal U.S. Games cardstock. U.S. Games cardstock goes back and forth from this more matte paper kind, sturdy paper, to kind of one that's a slightly laminated, kind of that almost has a waxy feel, which is what this feels like. This feels more like the Morgan Greer. So yeah, different, but both equally good. Okay, so now we're going to flip them over because I know that's what you all want to see. Sorry. I know I've gotten a lot of requests for side by side because I told you all I was going to get the mass market. Now, what I can tell you right now is this is the U.S. Games is chunkier. The deck is chunkier. I hope you can see the size difference. All right, so if that's a consideration, let's go through these images. Let me see if I'm close enough. It is kind of a cloudy day here, so I hope the lighting is good enough that you can see. So just a little bit of changes right off the bat. The placing of the title in the indie version, it's off to the side. The font, they've changed the font, which is, you know, It's all right. They've changed the color of the border at the bottom. I would say that they've got more greens and earth tones in the indie deck, and it's a little bit more pastel-y, more muted, the color palette in the indie version. I would say there's a little bit more saturation, and this is just going from the Fool card. Let me know in the comments if you can pick that up. But really, really nice. So with the mixing of the colors, I'd say that yes, there's more browns, more earth tones in the mixing of the colors, where this is more muted pastel. This is like muted earth tones, but I think there's a little bit more vibrancy in the mass market version. We'll keep going. There is a little bit difference. She seems a little bit bigger, more to the forefront, like they've enlarged it a little bit. Are you getting that? Is it an optical illusion because I have them side by side? So far, they haven't changed really the imagery per se. What I can pick up, nothing has changed. Just a little deeper color saturation in the mass market. Again, it seems like the main figure is brought more to the forefront in the she seems just ever so slightly larger, brought forward more. The blues are deeper, if you can pick that out. Darker, deeper. Yeah, a little bit more darker brown contrast in the background. A little bit deeper in the red. The Hierophant, we still, as far as I can tell, and I'm looking really quickly, my eyes are just scanning, all the same elements are here. Just again, a little bit difference in the colors. Maybe that also, you know, the borders may have something to do with it. Yes, definitely deeper in the reds. I think you can see the details in the faces here in the Lover's card better in the mass market. You see that the black is more striking and darker. This is a little bit more muted. This one is very, very similar. Yeah, color differences are just imperceptible. I think it's evident in the blues, maybe. I got to get going or this is going to take forever, but I think this is what you want to see, right? The snake is deeper, a darker brown. Now, if you pick up something that I'm not picking up, let me know in the comments, all right? Help me out here. The Hermit. Do you see how she's looking at a shadowy reflection here? I think it's more evident in this one, in the mass market. I think it's easier to pick out. Her hair is darker, the purple is brighter. The Fates, the Wheel of Fortune, it's renamed. It's more in tune, I think, with Greek mythology. Yeah, I think they kept it all the same. So, yeah, all the same elements so far, just deeper color saturation here. More browns. This is a little, just a tad more muted, but so far the same. Yeah. Deeper, darker here. Temperance. Let me know which font you prefer and which border you're preferring. I think this matches this perfectly, and this matches this perfectly. The Devil, like Hades and Persephone. Yeah, no real big changes other than color. The Tower. Yeah, I'm really curious to see. This is on the cover of the Mass Market, the star card. Curious to see if any of the cards have been changed. So far in the majors, they have not. I love this moon. Darker here, a little bit more blue here. There's a little bit more brown down at the bottom. If you're not familiar with this deck, I think this deck, the artwork originally took the artist 10 years to create. Yeah, talk about perseverance. I think she had lost some of her art due to a computer crash or something. I can't remember everything, but yeah, can you imagine how heartbreaking that would be? So far, I'm going to have to say, if you missed out on the indie version, you do not have to be sorry. U.S. Games has knocked it out of the park. Someone wrote to me or commented that they had gotten the last indie version that Liz Huston had of the of this deck of Dreamkeepers Tarot, this indie version. They had got the last copy and it was defective. So Liz Huston fixed that for them. I don't know, refund or whatnot. But so I don't know if this is available anymore. You know, sometimes the creators put out, you know, some back stock that they forgot they have. But as of now, that viewer told me that she had purchased the last one. And if that's the case, it's okay, because U.S. Games has come out with this beautiful version. All, you know, holding everything in the box, you know, book and deck is really wonderful. You know, I'm not a fan of tuck boxes. So yeah, not seeing any difference so far. Oh, okay. Now we're seeing the first difference in the 5 of Wands. So here we've got the Roman numeral, just 5 Wands. This one has it spelled out, 5 of Wands. And you see how the women, the faces right here, the two girls are different. So there's a change. So that's the first, you know, major change in the artwork that I have seen. Yeah. 6 of Wands are the same. 7 of Wands. Eight of Wands. Now in this one, you can see, you just see a very, you know, part of a hand and like a beak. Here you see more of the image. They brought this more to the forefront, brought it out. So that, I would say that's the second change in the artwork. 9 of Wands, 9 of Wands. At quick glance, it looks the same. And so does the 10 of Wands. Again, let me know if you're seeing anything that I'm not pointing out, that I'm not seeing. Okay, so it looks like they have changed the order of the, I put this in order the way it is in the book, in the indie version, so it looks like they're doing something different here. So I will be back. Okay, that was confusing. What they did is that they put all the court cards in the back. So I had to, you know, put the court cards in the mass market version where they belong. So that was like really confusing. All right, so we're still in the suit of wands. So there's the page of wands. As I can see, no real change. Oh, here you can see the difference in the color saturation, I think. But I don't see, oh, there's stained glass here, whereas there wasn't. There's just these columns. And yeah, but that's kind of a big change. So in the Knight of Wands, so far probably 3 changes so far in the artwork. Nothing I could see really here right off the bat. Okay, here's the 4th card that's been changed. Now, if you can see, I don't know if my phone is picking it up, but you can kind of see an outline of curtains, of draping, you know, and he's in the center of it. Here, she actually did insert the curtains and the top. Whereas in here, it was just a silhouette or kind of implied. Also, there's kind of these gray patches that almost look like tombstones. And that has been taken out here. Can you see what I mean? So that's another change. The Ace of Cups. No huge changes, but you can see how the peaches are just more vibrant in the mass market version. Two of Cups. You get a lot of Greek mythology references and symbolism in this deck. I can't see anything major here. The 3 of Cups. Changing of the color of the grapes. They had, you know, black grapes, purple grapes here, and they are red grapes here, which are my favorite, by the way. Yummy. So just changing of the color, you know, why not? Let's see, 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups. I don't see anything major. Let me know in the comments if you do. 5 of Cups. Nothing that I can pull out. No, I'm still getting everything in here that's in here. 6 of Cups. Looks pretty much the same to me. The 7 of Cups, well, they've just changed the direction, haven't they? And see here, this one seems like it's a little bit, the figure seems a little bit closer up than this one. So they just kind of flipped it. I'm trying to see if there's any other, there's a reflection. If you can see in here, there's a reflection of the cups in the water, whereas they took that out here. But, you know, pretty much the same. Just these, there's subtle differences. The 8 of Cups. Oh, I don't see anything major. Nine of Cups. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I'm not picking up any major differences. How about the Ten of Cups? No, not really. I love this Page of Cups. Am I picking up anything different? No. Again, if you are, let me know. And let me know what you're thinking of this deck so far. If this deck was on your radar, are you going to get it? I'm not picking up anything majorly different in the Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. No, I'm looking really quick. No. There's the King of Cups. Anything in the background? Seems to be all the same. All right, now we're in the Suit of Swords. Suit of Swords. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo, right? You're trying to find something, any differences. I'm not really picking up anything major here, or right off the bat in the Two of Swords. I will say you can see the cracks, like she's almost a mannequin with cracks more than you can see them here. They're here, but it's much more visible here. Yeah, the Three of Swords. Yeah, nothing I'm picking up right off the bat. The Four of Swords. There's the cat, the moon, the two, if you see those two faces right up here. Four Swords. She almost reminds me of Ophelia, right, from Hamlet. The Five of Swords. We still have these gentlemen in the background in their boats. Yeah, I'm not picking up anything majorly different. Six of Swords. I'm not picking anything up. There's more water here. A little less water here, but yeah, it's nothing major. Seven of Swords. Not really picking up anything drastic. No. The Eight of Swords. I'm not picking up anything majorly different. Nine of Swords. Looks pretty similar to me. Ten of Swords. Yeah. No changes as far as I can tell. Here's the Page. Page of Swords. I'd say the biggest difference is this is more browns and greens, more earth toned. This has got the blue brighter blues in the background. So kind of a big difference in the coloration of the background, I would say, but that's it. The Knight of Swords. Got the same amount of birds. Yeah. Queen of Swords. Doesn't look like there's been any changes. The King of Swords. Not really. Not really. Oh gosh, we still have the book to go through. Okay, I'll try to pick this up, but I'm not picking anything. Oh, yes, I am. So she's in a kind of a flower here. Here she's firmly rooted on the ground. You see that? She's more kind of up in the air here, and here she's rooted firmly in the ground. Like she's this part of a flower, her dress, and this plant merge, so she is the flower, whereas she's firmly rooted in the ground here. So that's a big difference there. Two of Pentacles. I am not seeing anything majorly different here. What do you think? The Three of Pentacles. I think they've got everything pretty much the same. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah. 5. Trying to see. I don't see anything majorly different. 6 again. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, yes, I am. The girls are different. They're in a different pose. So this one in the back, she's brought to the forefront. The one with the blindfold. And this girl, she's put in the back. And changed the color of her dress. If you want to see that. Not big changes, really. Nothing. It's not like the card is completely different. There's no one card where, okay, this is a different card, so you have to feel like you're missing out, you know, like you missed out on the indie deck, really. I think so far the biggest differences are the backs and just the cardstock, but yeah. Oh, the background is different too. You see their pool of water here and there's grassy hills here. But, you know. I would say this would fit more with the pentacles, you know, with the ground as opposed to the pool of water. So I would say this is probably more fitting. And let's see, our Seven of Pentacles looks pretty much the same. Yes, sometimes it takes a while to grasp the differences, especially for me. This looks pretty samey to me. Yeah. The Nine of Pentacles. Looking very similar. Excuse me, I'm not picking up any major changes here. Let me know if you see some. The Ten of Pentacles. Not picking up anything major. Let me know if you see something. The the Page of Pentacles. Right off the bat, I'm not picking up anything drastic. Nope. I think everything is in there. The background's the same. The floor is the same. Yeah. We're almost there, you guys. And then we got to look at the book. The Knight of Pentacles seems pretty much the same. Ooh, here is a major change. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this is the first card that is like completely changed. Different figure, background, everything is changed. All the other cards have had subtle changes, but this is the first one where it's just totally different. Now, let me know in the comments, which one do you prefer? Which Queen of Pentacles do you think captures the essence of the Queen of Pentacles? I can't make up my mind. I would probably say her. Yeah. And you know what? It's good. They changed his suit and changed the coloration in the background. The background is different in the King. You see more, is there a mansion or a factory or a castle back in the background here in the mass market? It's, maybe there is here, but you can't really tell. So it's good that these kings match their queens. I always like that. You know, it's not a deal breaker, but it is a nice, it just makes it flow, you know, when the kings match the queens. So that's, you know, major color difference here. And I think they've added more. Look, they've added some, I don't know, stones, whereas there wasn't here. Are you picking that up? The tree is more filled in here, where you get more sky in the indie version. So yeah, I'm thinking they pick up more because of the coloration, and I think they're picking up more of the vibe of the earthy pentacles. Yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, so there was one card just completely changed with artwork and the figure. Now I'm going to come up a little bit just so you can see how the cardstock shuffles. So I'm doing my side shuffle, and it's real easy to shuffle this indie deck. Very, very easy. There, it does clump a little bit because it does have that kind of, a little bit of that coating. It's not a gloss, but you know, if you want to riffle shuffle this, if you're a riffle shuffler, this is great. Okay, we are going to look at this is a chunkier deck. Shuffles real easy to the side. Very easily. So this is clumping a little bit too, but I think this one I need to work through. This is really nice cardstock. You know, it has that wonderful smell. I'm just going to be sniffing this deck all day, you guys. So that is great. I think there's more pages in here because this one is smaller. So you have a preface in both, introduction to Dreamkeepers Tarot, basics of tarot, reading the cards, setting the space, and asking questions. That's in both books. Interpreting the cards is in both. Here you have sample spreads. Here you have energetic hygiene, which doesn't look to be in here. Here you have this or that, a card a day, sample tarot spreads. So you've got, they've got the spreads listed here. Then you go into the cards, acknowledgements, and then about the author. Now we're going to go so there are the spreads. Choosing between two paths, a card a day, this or that, path of the heart spread, the mirror of a relationship spread, simplified relationship spread. And what do you get? Okay. Oh, one thing this book has is all the Kickstarter backers, the names, if you backed it on Kickstarter. So you have your choice, past, present, future, dream, goal spread, relationship spread, Celtic cross spread, horde. So the spreads are different. So you've got different spreads. I think you have a few more in the mass market. Okay, so this is what I want to compare. So you do get the key little mantra or explanation, and the writing is different. The book is different. So some of it is the same. So this paragraph, as the first card of the major arcana, the Fool is symbolic of beginnings. So that shows up way down here in this paragraph at the bottom. So the writing has been changed a little bit. You get a lot more in the indie book. Oh, well, let's see. No? It looks like the paragraphs have been changed around, because here it says, her excitement and carelessness is considered by many to be foolish. So this is on the last page of this card, and the paragraph is right here. But still, it has been changed. Plenty of content in both. Now, the one thing that is good with the mass market that you don't get in the indie is the keywords for upright and reversed. Okay, let's look into the minor arcana. So, sorry, I'm trying to deal with two books here. It's hard. Oh. I'm going to go all the way back. Okay, major arcana. All right. Okay, so this is the same. You get the suit of wands, the suit of wands. You get the little saying up here, and again, it looks like it contains some of the same writing, but it's condensed. It is definitely condensed. But you know, I would say you get more overall in this book as far as the description, but you get everything you need. This is still comprehensive. I love this cover. Look at this book, you guys. Look at how beautiful it is. It's a luxurious, you know, the matte, like rose petal-y finish. Okay. All right, you guys. Final thoughts. Final thoughts. I don't think, if this deck is not available anymore, and I think it retailed for $37 if you bought it without the book. The book and the deck together was $50. This set and the beautiful 2-piece box was half of what this would have cost you. I think I prefer these backings only because of the handmade quality to it, and I think it lends itself very well to the, you know, vibe aesthetic of the deck, but these totally fit as well. Cardstock, it's, you know, potato, both have great cardstock. I don't prefer one over the other. I think this is very much like the cardstock of the Antiquarian Tarot, U.S.Games, Morgan Greer Tarot, where this is the other side of U.S.Games with the more matte, like the Crow Tarot, maybe the Spirit Song Tarot. Very, very good cardstock. As you saw when I did the side, you know, it's a chunkier, this one's a chunkier deck. Both are great if you're riffle shufflers. Both are easy to handle. The sizes you saw, this one was a little bit, just a hair wider. Color saturation. You know, I love the color saturation in this one. But then again, for some of the suits, I do like the more pastel-y, muted. So it's really, I can't say overall 100% I prefer one over the other. I do like the deeper color saturation in some cards here, and here I like it to be more muted. So it's really, you know, as far as this, you know, the borders, I don't have a preference. As far as the fonts, I don't have a preference. You know, whether you want the minors to be spelled out or very minimalistic, you know, that's a stylistic choice. And since it's at the bottom, it's neither a make or break. I would have to say for this deck, U.S.Games just kicked it out of the park. They really, really did. This is indie quality for $25 when you put it with the box. So if you missed out on this, don't feel bad. This is a wonderful, wonderful, you know, addition or substitution. Yeah, they're really, really, the changes in the cards are so minor. There was that one card, the Queen of Pentacles, that was totally changed with the figure. And one of the wands where they changed the girl's head, face. The rest of the changes, coloration, maybe adding some stones or a castle in the back or a home in the back. It's negligible. So I know right now U.S.Games, and people have been telling me, I don't know what's going on with Amazon with some of their pre-orders and U.S.Games deck. I pre-ordered this months ago when I saw that it was going to be available. It's been pushed back, until finally you go on there and it says it's not available. I went to U.S.Games. First I went to eBay and they didn't have any. Then I went to U.S.Games and ordered it. And, you know, I had to pay $8 shipping. So $25 plus, well, it was actually closer to $9 shipping. It was $8.95. But I had to get it. And I know U.S.Games is not shipping outside of the U.S. I don't know if that's always the case. So let me know if that's always the case. So some of you overseas are having a hard time obtaining. I think this deck and the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and hopefully these issues will be resolved soon so everybody can enjoy those two decks. This deck, if I didn't have the indie version, having this deck, I would not feel like I missed out at all. A little more information, descriptive information in this indie book. You get, I think the spreads are more, are better in here. I think you get more spreads in the mass market version. More unique spreads for the deck. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Let me know if you saw some things I didn't see. Let me know if you found this beneficial. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you for putting up with this long side-by-side, but I know a lot of you will find this beneficial and you would find it interesting. So that is my side-by-side of the Dreamkeepers Tarot by Liz Huston, Indie and Mass Market. And with that, I will leave you until next time. Bye for now.